Children learn by their interactions with us. Early on, when children are young, like this beautiful baby over here, or the lovely little boy on his mother's lap, children learn by the things that we say and we do with them. The touch that we give, the smiles, the hugs, all of those things are the basis for early learning for our children. All of these experiences build in a big mountain for what children learn and how they make decisions later on. Today we're going to talk about some of those, but first I would like you to put on a new pair of glasses. So let's step out of the parent role and into someplace else. So put your new glasses on, everybody. Come on, put your glasses on. Everybody put your new glasses on. We want to view children's development, how they grow, as how we would share that with their doctors, their teachers. So we want to put on a new set of glasses. We want to look at kids somewhat differently. I want you to think about who are your partners in raising your children. How many of you remember Hillary and Bill Clinton? I'm pretty old, I do. Hillary and Bill Clinton were the president and first lady back before the Bush era, so back in the 90s. Hillary Clinton made a very, very important statement, and one of those that she will be long remembered for. She told us that it takes a village to raise a child. Who are the members of your child-raising village? Many of us, we start out as a new parent with our baby, right? And all of a sudden it's, how many of you are parents to your first child right now? Okay, so you're the first-time mom. Anybody else a first-time mom? How many kids do you have? 2? How many kids do you have? How many kids? First mother? How many? 3? 2? Over here? 2? 2? 3? 3? 2? Oh my goodness, 4? How many? 2. All right. It's very interesting, and I want you to go back to when you had your first baby. So close your eyes and kind of go back and think about all the things you thought while you were pregnant and you were waiting for that baby, and all the dreams you had for that baby. And then you had the baby and they said, okay, it's time to go home. And you took that baby. I took home a baby that was 3.5 pounds. So I had this baby that was about this big, this little teeny tiny baby, and I thought, and I had been around kids a long time. I was old when I had my first baby. I was, in my 30s. And I looked at this baby and I thought, uh-oh, what do I do now? Who did I turn to? My mom. We turned to our moms. But in today's world, many of us don't have our moms right there. We don't have a sister or a sister-in-law or an aunt. Some of us are alone when we have our kids. Plus, the world is changing. More people are working. More people are not there to help us. So we have this big thing that we call our partnerships. And we think about your child as being in the center there. Put your child's face there in the middle. And then you have, many of us have our families, that extended family. And they are our first and best helpers. But if we don't have those, who else do we have? How many of you send your kids to child care at sometimes? Anybody send their kids to daycare or child care? Okay. So we have the child care provider who can help us. We have our church. If you're in part of a bigger church, many times our church groups help us raise our children. They have Sunday school and they have after mass activities, or they have child care while we're in church. They have our community groups. This is a community group. You joined today. You became part of the First Things First Avondale family group. So you're now part of this group. Your healthcare provider. How many of you make it to your doctors on a regular basis with your kids? Do we get to know our doctors or those healthcare providers pretty well? You know, we get there. My husband used to say, you see more of the doctor than you see of me, or the nurse, or whomever, because the nurse came and followed us for a long time because my daughter was so premature. So we got to know those people really, really well, and they helped us make decisions. Finally, there's a new group in town called the First Things First Partners, and those are the people that you met earlier today. We have Angela and Eric from here in southwest Maricopa County, but they're part of a great big picture that covers our state. We're really fortunate that they're here because through this bigger organization, there's wonderful new services out there in childcare and health and family visitors and food programs and reading programs. There's all kinds of activities that First Things First brought to all of us. But what it creates is this bigger picture.